Hey y'all, welcome back. If you have not already and you feel led to go ahead and subscribe. I guess this word today is kind of a little bit of instruction or maybe like a reminder um, to number one, protect your eye gates and your ear gates. Um, this I feel is kind of geared towards those that may be going through like the purification process. Um, you can go through that like multiple times, many times. God can take you through that more than once. If you've, and from my experience, it can feel sometimes like judgment because it can be rough depending on the circumstances, right? What he's purifying out of you, what he's pulling out of you, it can be rough, right? And it can almost feel like judgment. And what I have found is that in this time, because of that, you're more vulnerable. You may be easily confused and deceived. The enemy can, if you are not protecting your eye gates and your ear gates, he can come in, right, and kind of deceive you. He can twist things and make it, get in your ear if you allow him. Again, your eye gates and your ear gates. You are the gatekeeper and the doorkeeper of those things. Like, that's your responsibility, is to, spiritually, like, stay vigilant and stay ready, right? Guarding, knowing when to open those gates, right, and when to close them, what to allow in and what not to allow in. And again, like when you're going through a purification process, like the fire, right, it can make you more susceptible to, if you're not vigilant, right, and ready to protect those gates, right, the enemy to come in and kind of manipulate you and distort things and flip things and make things look one way that they are not, right? That he can make them look to you the complete opposite of what they are. And because you are more sensitive in that time and more vulnerable. So God is saying, lean on him for support, of course. Rely on him, rest on him for support. Open your eyes and your heart and your ears to him, not the enemy, right? To him, to perceive the truths, to perceive the truth. Because obviously the truth comes from God and lies come from the enemy. So be sure who you're listening to, what you're listening to. Guard your eyes gates and your ear gates. He's saying, bring yourself back to like a state of awakeness. Is that even a word? I don't know, but it is now. Awareness. A place of rational thinking, because you may be in a place where the fire is so hot that you aren't thinking rationally, right? You're listening to lies that are being spoken in your ears. You're allowing things to be manipulated, right? And you're getting outside of God's will. You are not being aligned in God's will because of there may be confusion or deception, right? So kind of get yourself, lean on God to support you and to help you, right? Take it to God, sit at God's feet, and, ask him to get you back on the right path, right? To realign your thoughts, realign your heart, realign, anywhere that you may have fallen off, anything that you may be sitting in right now, emotionally, mentally, like no matter what the case, that is not what God had spoken to you. it's from the enemy, right? And you have to realign yourself back into God's will and know that He is faithful, that He is trustworthy, that He is reliable to do the things that He said He was going to do. And it is a process, right? You have to go through the process to get there, which is purification, right? You have to go through a purification, you have to go through a healing, you have to go through deliverance, you have to go through, it's an entire process to get there. And when you go through these things like the fire, the purification and stuff, it can feel rough. It's not fun, but it's all for your greater good. But right now, in case you have fallen off of the path, out of alignment, He's saying, come to Him and lean on Him to support you and to kind of get you back into alignment. But you have to, of course, open your ears, your ear gates, and your eye. Open your eyes and your heart to understand and perceive the truth, right? And whatever that may be for you. Stay vigilant, stay ready. Again, know what and what not to listen to, what and what not to look at. Allow your eyes to see. Protect your eye gates and your ear gates and your heart. You have to guard and protect your heart as well. The Bible is clear on that. So submit your plans, right, to God. Submit everything to God and allow Him to realign you back into His will and, kind of remind you of the truths that He has spoken to you, right? And know that He is faithful and trustworthy and reliable to do what He said He was going to do. That is the word. I pray that I gave this in the way that I was supposed to, for you to understand. I pray that it gets to the right people at the right time. And if you feel led to sow, my information will be in the description box. And I hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see y'all in my next video whenever that may be. Okay, bye.